Good morning, grand ecosystem. Good morning, the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good morning, fellow citizens of this great country of ours. I am Reverend Moses from Abuja. This morning, the 20th of July 2025, I want to first and foremost condole with the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR, Senator Kashim Ibrahim, GCON, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, over the demise of the former President of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, which happened a week ago. It is indeed a penitent time to learn. It is indeed a penitent time. It is indeed a sober time in the history and the life of our country, when all flags are flied at half-mast. I want to condole you, Mr. President, and your Vice, the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Federal Executive Council, over this great loss that has happened to the nation. And I pray that the Almighty God will give us the fortitude to bear the irreplaceable loss. I also want to condole very officially the father of grand community in Nigeria, in person of Apostle Dr. Ken Wakama, over the demise of his immediate elder sister, who happened recently. Grand community, Nigerians, fellow citizens and colleagues in this struggle of emancipation from poverty, I want to draw an important lesson to Nigerians and everybody who will care to learn. The Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 8 and verse 22, it says, as the heaven remaineth, seed time and harvest time will never cease. This lesson is to our authorities and then those who are submitting to the authorities. The Bible says, seed time and harvest times will never cease, as the heaven remaineth. Some time ago, approximately 10 years ago, our former late president came out to seek for election into this great country as a leader. And Nigerians came out to vote overwhelmingly for his candidature. And that was a change from one democratically elected governance to another. Nigerians used their PVCs to demonstrate their franchise, and then my good President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, in honor submitted to the will of the people. In his statement, he said his ambition as a president does not worth one blood of Nigeria. And this statement he handed over peacefully to the then late President Muhammad Buhari, and then everybody anticipated for a good governance in Nigeria. But during the 8 years of sowing, Nigerians can judge by themselves whether it was a good seed that was sown, but the harvest is very clear to all of us, and this should serve as a lesson to those who are there now. My dear President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, this time of the year is the midterm of your election into the first tenure as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to importantly bring to your notice that it is a sowing time. May I also draw your attention that this grand community, this grand field is an important environment for sowing seed. The release of this grant is a seed you will sow for 2027. Nigerians are watching you. Nigerians are keenly monitoring what you will do, whether you were so good by releasing this grant timely for all of us to enjoy, and then express our gratitude through our PVCs come 2027. Whatsoever happened during this period will go down to record and will motivate us to come out en masse to express our franchise and re-elect you overwhelmingly for the 2027 election. It is good to draw your attention to this aspect of the grant ecosystem. Democracy is a game of number and majority carry the vote. Over 80 million to 100 million Nigerians are subscribers of different grants in Nigeria since 2015 till date. And none of the grant has released a dime to our subscribers. None of the grant has brought anything to the table for the subscribers. This is in the hearts of the common man. The authorities are up there. You are not down here to know what we are feeling. The economy is biting, I know. Some security agencies are feeding you back, Mr. President, on what we are feeling down here. But I want to tell you very well that the common man in Nigeria is watching, is breathing and waiting for the timely disbursement of UAAG Sanctuary Wealth Grant in Nigeria to celebrate you and to write your name in a golden pen. Mr. President, sir, I believe in your ability to quickly urge those who are in authorities to release this God-provided succor and manna from the international community to the poor man in Nigeria to have a breath, just as your agenda is. The poor man should have a breath. Therefore, I plead and beg, Mr. President, sir, may it be written against your name that you work out this grant and it was released as scheduled. To our dear apostle, Professor Kenneth Wakama, JP, PhD, chaplain, sir, you have always expressed yourself to be a man under authority. Being under authority, there are obligations that you must follow. These we agree. But the Hausa man says, "Common kyonka," said the Wanka. That is to say, no matter how beautiful you are, you must continue to take your bath. Sycophants in grand ecosystem who will not come out to tell you black and white will always tell you that it is good. The Bible says, be careful when all men speak well of you. Therefore, I will tell you when it is sweet, and I will tell you when it is bitter. Sir, the delay in the system is biting. Those on the corridor very close to you continue to release information that are not true. You on your own part sit down, not talking to us as your partners, not talking to the subscribers, even when there is no war and drums of war anywhere again in the ecosystem. This gesture is not welcome. This gesture is not healthy. This gesture is biting. This gesture is not speaking well of your personality, sir. I want to advise that coming chonka, said the wanka. If we say what you have done good and you do not take your bath to clean up yourself, no matter how beautiful you are, you will go into a mess. I want to advise the grand ecosystem, this channel of information that is not always official, the official channel of the UAG through the secretary has always become a debunking system, a debunking of information. When information goes out, the secretary to sanctuary word comes out to debunk it. It is no longer healthy. Can't we as partners have right to information except when information filter out, we come out to debunk it? It is not right, it is not in the right manner, and it is not in the right way to approach issues. As a CEO in Grand Ecosystem, I want to plead with my chairman, I want to plead with my CD that this operation be changed. We should from time to time, if not monthly, quarterly, have a quarterly briefing with our CD to be abreast of the correct information so that fake information will not have a ground. Of course, as I said earlier, there are no drums or wars anywhere again in Grand Ecosystem. The place is calm, the place is quiet, nobody is dragging again. We used to know when people used to drag, but it is no longer like that, but the complete atmosphere is calm. Therefore, engaging us in a holistic and important discussion is necessary so that we, your partners, will know you and know where you are, and this will hinder fake information, and this will correct the menace in Grand Ecosystem, and scammers will be exposed, and then Nigerians will be free from subscriptions to individuals that are dubious in nature, that have flooded the Grand Ecosystem. I plead that you so admit and react to this V-note when it gets to you finally. Thirdly, I want to address my sister, Mrs. Ngozi Israel. First and foremost, I want to appreciate you. You have actually repented from making V-notes to insult people and demonstrate your religious prowesses. But I want to draw your attention to inconsistent statements that you've made of recently. Earlier, before now, that was when you were sick, according to that voice note. Maybe because you were sick, you didn't know what you said. You said the IMF and the Federal Republic of Nigeria have signed an agreement that disbursement will start on the 28th and end on the 31st. And you said, but the federal government is pleading that they should come earlier. We should pray if they will consent to the plea of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they will come earlier on so that the disbursement will happen earlier than the 28th. But yesterday being Saturday, you came up in the afternoon and you said they will come on the 28th. There's a difference between they will come on the 28th and they will start on the 28th. The devil is a liar and the father of all liars. I'm not saying you are a daughter of a liar, but in this regard, I beg to be different. You are not consistent in your statements, and I plead with you that you retrace your ways. Before you come out to make a voice note, listen to your former voice note and know how you can build on it. It's a sincere advice. That is what I do to be consistent in addressing the public. You have always come out to yearn at the public and also try to quarrel that people are disturbing you. Unripe mangoes do not attract stones. But inasmuch as a mango is ripe, the mango is going to attract stones. The mango is going to attract sticks. The mango is going to attract people coming after it. God has placed you in a place of a ripe mango in grand ecosystem in Nigeria. And what you should expect, you should even expect more. Not to say you are tired, nobody should call you, nobody should address you. Why will we not address you when you have made yourself public? When you've come out to solve a problem, solve it completely. Don't solve it halfway. You advertise and champion the cause of pioneer in grand ecosystem, and a lot of people subscribe to it directly or indirectly. Therefore, Mrs. Ngozi Israel, you are responsible for anything pioneer, CBN slots, senator slots, government NGO subscription in Nigeria. Whether we subscribe directly with you or we subscribe directly with those you introduce, you are the forerunner of pioneer in Nigeria. Therefore, be responsible to answer questions as far as subscription of slots and pioneer in Nigeria is concerned. Therefore, I advise you to stop complaining. It is a duty God has assigned you. It is a duty you have taken it up to come up, knowing fully well that when you come up to make such a promotion and people subscribing to it, you cannot deny them. Of course, we know that you are a woman. You may not have dubious tendencies to say what you do not know. Therefore, your words were believed and people queue into it. Therefore, to refuse taking responsibility for anything that is happening in grand ecosystem, especially in the sector of pioneer and CBN slot, you should take full responsibility to handling it. Therefore, fellow Nigerian CEOs in Nigeria, I want to also bring to our notice the date 28 has rang bell. Whether the authorities claim to know about it or not, whether the authorities have accepted it or not, it was echoed 2 weeks ago that 28 is the starting point. And I pray and wish that the 28th of July will not exceed. We shall see the gleams and the glory of what we've been waiting for all this while. Those of us who go out to lie, those of us who go out to deceive Nigerians, I want to advise you at this time. The Bible says, seed time and harvest time shall never cease. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall reap. This lesson this morning, it should ring bell into all slot sellers. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall reap. No matter the amount of money you might have emancipated as a result of your slot selling, I want you to know that you are sowing a seed, either a seed to your detriment or a seed to your destiny. Therefore, I believe, grand ecosystem, colleagues, CEOs, you understand what I mean very well by what I've said. It is a sowing time. And very soon, our harvest will manifest, whether you sow good or you sow bad. Let us be careful on what we sow. Let us be careful on how we handle subscribers. Let us be careful on how we handle humanity in Nigeria. I want to also advise CEOs who are planning to change subscribers, who are planning to use project money for their business money. I am made to understand that you must, as a matter of responsibility, use 25 to 30% of whatsoever you get for project. Therefore, you should begin to plan on what to use the pioneering slots, CBN, and government NGO to do. You will give account of whatsoever you do. You will be accountable for whatsoever you do. Even those who are going to be disbursing directly to subscribers, you shall give account of what you do. You shall give account on whom you disburse to. I wish that you do the right thing. Remember, it is a seed time. We are all sowing and we shall all reap, whether good or bad. No matter how tall you are, no matter how high you are, no matter how highly placed you are in the country, now is a seed time and the harvest will soon come out. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, before this video gets too long, I want to advise and encourage us to stay calm. The days are counting. In the next 8 days, today is the 20th day of July 2025, we're keenly and gradually expecting that D-Day, which is echoed all around and not debunked by anybody, the 28th of July 2025, for our disbursement to officially commence. Nothing has changed yet. Therefore, don't be agitative, keep faith, and let's see what God will do starting on the 28th of this month. God bless us. Happy Sunday. I bless God. All of you should go to church, celebrate God, and give Him thanks ahead of next week, Monday. God bless you. Once again, I remain your brother and friend, Reverend Moses from Abuja, wishing you a happy Sunday. Good morning.
All right, you heard everything, and this is an urgent call to release grant to all beneficiary today. Let them take heed to this message, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this particular VN. It is a wake-up call.